So I guess we just cast Titan immediately, and then we can either interact with their board or interact with their face next turn with Dryad, so not really any ramp needed here, just, you know, a couple lands. Valakut deck? Psh, we don't need Valakut, look at what we're doing. Ooh, 6-0, let's f***ing go. Literally undefeated. Welcome, guys. Today, we are playing a deck that, to my knowledge, I created. I've seen a couple other people play it, including Aspiring Spike and some other smaller creators, but I believe I was the first to do it, and that is Mono Green Valakut. Gone are the days of Utopia Sprawl and 15 forests in order to enable a turn 2 3-drop like the deck was originally designed, because we have gotten the printing of Green Sun Zenith, and of course, if you Zenith for Dryad Arbor, you're basically playing a Llanowar Elf, and that allows us to have a lot more flexibility in the lands. We've got some of our sideboard lands in the main board here now. We can play up to 3 Besejus, a Bajuka Bog, a Crumbling Vestige, so that we can haste and things like that. But we also have gotten the printing of Shifting Woodland, which allows us to have backup Titans without necessarily having to do the Tolarios Summoner's Pact thing, and we can trim our Summoner's Pacts to play our Green Sun Zeniths. And now, in the late game, we're not top-decking a bunch of Grazers and Utopia Sprawls. We're instead top-decking Green Sun Zenith, which can actually go and get our threats or Dryads. We have more Dryad redundancy, we have a couple Spelunkings, we even have one Sakura Tribe Elder as a 3-drop, so to speak, if we Green Sun Zenith for Tribe Elder on turn 2 after a Grazer on turn 1, or a Green Sun Zenith for Arbor on turn 1, to get us to a turn 3 Titan. So there's a lot of cool things going on here. And then in the sideboard, obviously, it's just super easy for us to have access to blue for Mystical Dispute, or red for Fire Magic or Roxanne. Plus, we get to play a bunch of awesome Green Sun's tutor targets, as well as cards we would just usually want to be bringing in, like 6. Or Elder Gargaroth against the grindier decks, things like that. And Hex Drinker as a 1-drop to Zenith for, you know, as like a double threat turn against control. We can put a Hex Drinker into play and then start leveling it up. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Usually, in like an Amulettitan deck, I would think that would be a slot for Elvish Reclaimer, but I feel like Reclaimer maybe isn't as good in this list. I could be wrong, to be honest, but that's just how I feel about it, so we'll see. I'm excited to jump in and see how this goes, and without further ado, oh, and also, of course, the benefit of doing this is playing a bunch of fetch lands in addition to Dryad Valakut, or in addition to Tireless Tracker, which we're playing 6 over in the sideboard right now, but maybe a Tracker would be good too. There's a lot of options for this build, and the benefits of not playing Urza Saga and Amulet of Vigor are that you don't just lose on the spot to Artifact and Enchantment Hate. We don't really care about that at all. I mean, they can kill our Dryad, I suppose, but if our Dryad got us to a Titan, then we don't really care if they kill a Dryad after the fact, so totally fine. You know, things like Force of Vigor, for example, don't hurt us at all, whereas it can be lights out in the Amulet deck. And I don't know, we're more resilient to Blood Moon as well. We've got a ton of access to basic forest, and then we can Zenith for Reclamation Sage or Roxanne to either kill a Magus, like of the Moon, or Magus, the blue Magus, or Reclamation Sage away a Blood Moon, so we can always get those out of play, or just, you know, get a second force into play via Sakura Tribe Elder, thanks to Green Sun Zenith, and then be able to just cast our Titans anyways through Blood Moon and just not care. So there's a lot of cool things going on here. And of course, it's all powered by Sunken Citadel, the land that taps for 2 mana. We can use this to activate Garenbrig, Shifting Woodland, Beseju. We can tap a single land to Beseju without having a legendary. And on top of that, we can set it on blue to be able to transmute Tolarios, or set it on red to be able to activate Hanweir if we want to. So, you know, and that also allows us to fix for our sideboard cards as well. We can put it on blue in dispute matchups, or put it on red in Fire Magic matchups, and be able to hold those up as well. So we've actually got a surprising number of colored sources for our sideboard spells as well, and that could extend to any color. We could be splashing black, you know, we could be splashing white. It just depends on what cards you even want to be playing, but right now I'm choosing Fire Magic against the Boros decks in order to sweep their board, and Mystical Dispute against the Counterspell decks, so that we don't just get counterspelled to death. So, I don't know, we'll see how this goes. I think it's an interesting build. I don't know if it's better than Amulettitan, but it's definitely fun, and if Amulet were to ever get banned, maybe something like this is something to be looking at. I don't know. Let's jump in. Alright, Citadel letting us transmute for Titan here potentially. Although every time I put it on blue so far, I've gotten super punished, so I'm a little wary of that. But we actually have enough green sources. We can turn to Rumble and find either Garenbrig or like something to play, like a Dryad or something. Plus we get a draw, so I think this is easily a keep. It's a weird looking keep. We will keep it. Mill over Counterspell, okay. Well, we're gonna have plenty of time to land our Titan, so I feel like playing Citadel on blue is going to be totally fine. And now we can reset it at some point if we want to. So we'll play this on blue. We could transmute next turn if we want to. Playing as just Sky Control. Well, we do have a main deck Bog to deal with their Flages, so that's kind of cool. So I guess go Force Rumble, actually. And then we can transmute next turn if we don't find anything. I mean, they could have, I guess, Spell Snare up. It's about the only thing I'm really thinking about here. Oh, we found a Titan. That's great. I guess it's debatable whether we want to play into the Spell Snare or not. They're likely to just play Flage next turn, so I think we transmute. The question is, what do we transmute for? We can get Garenbrig to speed up our Titan, or we can just get another threat. I think another threat in the form of Summoner's Pact is going to be better. We're playing a little slow, but I think I'd rather not play into a possible Spell Snare, in case they might tap out here. Oh, they just passed. Okay. I hope that was not a mistake. I guess now we just go ahead and Rumble. See if they had the Snare. They don't, it seems. Well, between land and Grazer, I guess we want Grazer, because we've got plenty enough lands, so we'll take the Grazer, I suppose. We'll go Woodland, Grazer here. We only have 2 card types right now, Sorcery, Land, but we will have another when we cast a Pact, so put in the Simic and pick up the Forest here, I think. We can Titan next turn if we want to. 6, yeah. We definitely will be casting Titan here, I think. If they have Prismatic Ending, it's pretty funny because it doesn't do much against us. It hits Dryad, I suppose. That's a 3-for-3 trade after we already got a land drop, though. They pending the token. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. The question is, do we bother pacting here, or do we just pass and wait another turn? I guess we can maybe Woodland... Oh, there's a Garenbrig. I was just thinking how Garenbrig is almost Titan, but it won't enter untapped here because we don't have a forest in play, which is very sad. 3, 4, 5. We're 1 short. Are we supposed to just be patient? I guess we're supposed to just be patient. Play the Garenbrig and pass. We can just go Titan into Titan. See if they keep missing their land drops here. I didn't expect them to pending the token. I will admit that. Flage. We can bog their Flage away if they were to play it. Spelunking, huh? Interesting. If we Spelunk into land, we can play Titan. If the Spelunking doesn't resolve, then it eats a counterspell anyways, which is not a bad thing. I think we definitely Spelunking here. I guess if they force this, that means that they're not forcing our Pact, which is not a bad thing. They do force it. They had the Spell Snare, huh? I guess they had it a turn too late. All right, well, let's play our land here, and we could Pact for a Dryad. Next turn we pay for Pact, have double land. We could Pact for Dryad and be able to Titan here, but then that opens us up to land Prismatic Ending or something. It makes us have to pay for Pact. We might just rather Pact for another Titan, because they already milled 1 counterspell with their land, so I'm just gonna, again, play it very calmly here. Here's Flage. No. Cycle. Oh, they got Kahira in hand. Okay. Let's fetch here, get to Stomping Ground, and we can potentially haste Titan. Not necessarily that we want to, because it could play into Solitude. Rumble ain't bad. Well, let's just go ahead and resolve Titan, I think. I'll activate Garenbrig here to do so. I suppose if we rumbled into a Titan, we could Woodland and be able to attack with the Woodland Titan, but yeah, let's just play the Titan while they have the counterspell down. See if they have Subtlety here. Subtlety. Well, now we can get the Titan into our hand off of the Rumble, or intentionally put it in the graveyard, I suppose, so we can Woodland it. We'll definitely top that one, and then we will Rumble, I suppose. Yeah, of these, we definitely just want the Titan, I think, so up to 3 card types. No enchantment just yet. That's a shame. And I guess we save our fetch for now, so we can get Valakut triggers, so we're close to being able to cast Titan and activate Woodland in the same turn. We might even be able to do that, actually. Field of Ruin, huh? So give them double blue for counterspell, I suppose. They probably hit the Woodland, I'd assume. They hit the Growth Chamber. I feel like that's not a good choice, but they're gonna regret the not hitting the Woodland. I guess unless they plan to have an answer for the Woodland and the Titan. Oh, Hanweir is an interesting draw. Well, let's just go ahead and start by casting Titan, I suppose. They do counterspell it. We can go land, activate Woodland, but we can't do anything with it. Just let that go. We can Pact for Dryad here, I suppose, if we want to. I don't really see a reason to do that, exactly. So I guess we'll just play the Hanweir and pass. Oh, well, we actually don't have anything to be able to Woodland Titan next turn. We need a enchantment. Or no, we have the instant. We can cast this next turn and it'll get us up to activating Woodland, so we'll just wait. We'll be chill. Okay, they pass back. Or we could just draw a Titan. Interesting. I guess we play Titan then? Oh, not bad. We'll activate Garenbrig again. here's this guy. How many counterspells do you have, opponent? That is the question. Okay, it resolves. So let's get another woodland here for backup, for sure. And probably bog, so that they can't, like, play in a... Well, I guess Flage is, like, a long ways away, though. Definitely want another woodland. It could just be double woodland, to be honest, but I don't hate the idea of getting a Valakut in play, either. I feel like double woodland is maybe better, though, but... Let's go woodland bog, I guess. We can't kill them this turn with Dryad, so maybe getting a double Valakut sets up a Dryad kill here, potentially, but... And I guess it's better to haste this Titan than it is to activate woodland, because then otherwise we would lose a land from the woodland. So let's just try to haste, I suppose, and see if they have the solitude. They have it. Goodbye, Kahira. Okay, sure. It's nice to have a Titan in the graveyard, weirdly enough. This is totally fine. I guess we're not playing a land because we want lands in hand for Valakut purposes, so we'll just chill. We'll just chill. Our deck has kind of just all threats against them. Right, let's go like this, and turn one of these woodlands. Oh wait, that's right, we have to pact here. We'll pact, get to Dryad, I think for sure. And we'll activate woodland to become a Titan once I can see it. Citadel activating woodland is actually super sick too. They can't instant speed Verkdust, so I guess we just go for the second woodland activation as well. 3 mana. Don't know what that's about. Alright, we just win. I'll take that. Maybe we don't need so many cards in the sideboard for control. So we want Hex Drinker, 6. Endurance, maybe? Gargaroth for sure. Roxanne I don't care for. And Disputes. And I'll tentatively bring in the Endurance. We don't want the Grazers at all. We can trim a Pact, I think. And the Tribe Elder, I think, is not great either. I guess Dryad Arbor's not great because it dies to... I guess Dryad Arbor dies to Flage, so we'll leave the Tribe Elder instead of Dryad Arbor. I definitely think this build is probably a lot more well-positioned against control than traditional Amulettitan, so... They do choose to play first, of course. This hand's a slow hand with not very many threats, but it has all the lands we need. And has a woodland already ready to go, so I think we're supposed to keep this. You basically just keep every 7-card hand against control, to be completely honest, but I don't even know what we lead on here, to be honest. I think we should lead on Simic Growth Chamber. Probably Vesuva to get a tap land out of the way, or Stomping Ground's not a bad one to lead on. Vesuva Hall seems actually really good, though, because that's something they're going to have to deal with eventually. Lorien. Lorien revealed. Oh my gosh. Mystic Gate. They're holding up Counterspell? They're not holding up Counterspell. Playing Rest in Peace. Our graveyard doesn't really matter that much. We still need to rumble to get something here. I guess the graveyard things matter for woodland purposes, so it's not fantastic for us. Let's go Forest Rumble anyways, because it'll still ramp us. Get the Dryad, I suppose. Try to get some ramping done. Exiling a Titan's not a fantastic feeling, but... And our Bog is permanently gone. No! I guess we can always draw a Besage to kill the Rest in Peace and still be able to do woodland things eventually if we want to. So, there is that. There's the archive that they revealed to us. That one's gone. And we draw a Titan. That's fantastic. Well, I guess we're just going to slam the Dryad. See if they have a counterspell for it. We can Titan next turn through the Garenbrig, so we'll have to have double counterspell here. Oh, they don't do anything. Okay, well, I guess we Citadel on red, blue? Probably blue to activate the Hall. Blue. Next turn we can cast Titan. That's cool. Resolving Dryad is really nice here, actually. We'll probably just start activating Hull instead of casting threats, because there's really no reason not to. They'll just die to this Hull. We can just play 2 lands and activate. That's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I'm doing it. Kill you with your Hall of the Storm Giants. Don't mind if I do. Oh boy. We're going in. This is how we're gonna do it. What is this? Ward 3? Interesting. Dress down. Okay. This still makes our thing a creature anyways, though. It doesn't have ward, I guess? That's fine. No reason to keep the token back. Oh, they just take it, too. Dude, they're just gonna die at the Hall of the Storm Giants. That is crazy. That's crazy. Interesting. Well, if we go land, can we possibly... Let's see. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... There's no way that we can also activate Garenbrig here, right? We'd be too short. Well, just gonna serve with the Hall, I think. Play our lands first. Play the fetch out. And one more. Alright, serve in with the Hall of the Storm Giants. I guess we'll keep the spawn token back in case they do just hard cast a Solitude here. Looks like that's what they're doing. Are they gonna chump the Hall? That's what I'm curious about. They don't. Okay. Now, even if they attack here with the Solitude, we can block and sack so they don't gain the 3 life, but we're almost to the point where we can activate Hall and Titan. We might be at that point before activate. Let's see. Oh, Pact is interesting here. Okay, so let's see if we cast and resolve Titan. Let's see, so if we go 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 Titan. Crap, I have to tap these real quick. 4 Titan. We could double Titan here actually if we use our green mana efficiently. But that loses to double counterspell, I suppose. I think we just need to keep making them deal with the Hall of the Storm Giants, to be honest. So 3, you go 4. Now we'll go like this, I guess. Next turn we can like double Titan if we want to, I suppose. Or maybe Hall, attack them, and cast Titan. We have a lot of mana right now, apparently. Swing in. No blocks. Okay. Well, that's cool, I guess. I can't believe we just soloed them with their own Hall of the Storm Giants. That's crazy. Maybe we should be playing a Hall of the Storm Giants. All right, we'll be on the play. Oh, turn 1 Zenith into turn 2 Dryad or Rumble. With the Castle Garenbrig rolled up, we absolutely keep these. So we can go turn 1 Zenith for Arbor, turn 2 Dryad, turn 3 Titan. Seems good. I am going to do that. Guess we just get a basic forest. And there's really no reason not to shock Stomping Ground, though. We'll shock. And then all of our Zeniths in the later part of the game will be able to get to actual threats. So, see if they have Fatal Push or something. They don't. All right, well, here's Garenbrig into Dryad into land. Pick up the Garenbrig, I suppose. Here you go. Just turn 3 Titan. Rumble and Zenith backup, too. Ooh. Black Greenland and Marionette Apprentice. Sort of like an aristocrat style deck, I guess. I have to imagine that the red sweeper is going to be good against them. We can even get double Valakut and just kill our opponent here. Well, not exactly kill them, but, you know, effectively. They rumble. Okay. See what they revealed with their rumble. Lands and Warren Soul Trader. So this is Soul Trader combo, it looks like. Another land here would have potentially let us actually kill our opponent, but now we just have to do this. So sad. Now we just have to cast Titan. That's crazy disappointing. Turn 3 Titan with Dryad and played. Damn. What a shame. Alright, let's get... I guess we just get double Valakut here, to be honest. Or we could get... Oh, we don't have a... we do have a bounce land to copy with Vesuva, so we'll go Valakut Vesuva, copy bounce land. Send one of these at the spawn, and one of them at them. Go always yes, always yield. I guess we could have bogged their graveyard in case there's something that gets their stuff back from the graveyard. To my knowledge, there isn't, but I could be very much wrong. And let's copy Valakut now, and then save targets upstairs, and then always yes, the new one. Yes. Soon Dryad, your go. Combo me now. That's what I'm saying. Combo me instantly, or you're done. They played, I don't know what this is. Bloodghast. I'm pretty terrified of Bloodghast, not gonna lie. Alright, well, let's just Green Sun Zenith another Titan out. Cool. Alright, Fire Magic seems good. Endurance seems good. I think that's pretty much all I care about. This doesn't exile graveyards or anything, does it? Page. Yeah, I think that's about it. Maybe Roxanne to like interact with something on their board is not horrible. This doesn't seem... I mean, I guess Grazer's not bad, but we'll trim those. Maybe we should be trimming Dryad Arbor instead. Trim a Pact. Trim a Dryad Arbor, keep the Grazers. I guess we can trim one Grazer. And a Zenith. Let's trim double Zenith. Leave one Zenith in, potentially. Because I think Zenithing for Arbor on one is not great. Although we need to be able to go... Actually, you know what? I think Rumble's not good against them. So let's keep the Arbor and the Zeniths and trim the Rumbles. That way we have as many turn 1 plays as possible and access to our sideboard cards to the Zeniths. I think that's better than just having a couple of Rumbles for no reason. It does feel weird to have Dryad Arbor in the deck when playing Fire Magic, but I guarantee you that losing the Dryad Arbor is a lot more reasonable than just, like, dying to their combo creatures. So I guess we keep this. Awkward and no untap lands, but we'll just top deck and untap Forest. That'll be no problem. Ah, or Sunken Citadel. That works as well. Let's put this on green. Well, now we only need 1 land to get to Titan mana. But then we have to actually draw a Primeval Titan. Or I guess one of the Summoners Pact. Marionette Apprentice. Oh, Bog. Natural Bog is pretty fantastic. Let's go Grazer, put in Vesuva, copy Sunken Citadel on blue this time, and I guess Garenbrig. And we can Bog them next turn. Zenith for Endurance could be good, depending. Probably needing the Zenith for Sakura Tribe Elder here. Try to get our land drops done. I will block. Sephiroth. Okay, they get to sack a creature to draw a card. Whenever another creature dies, we lose 1, they gain 1. And if it's 4th time, it transforms. Okay. Hey, there's the Titan. We can't just Titan this turn. If we Titan, get Crumbling Vestige, bounce land, we're 1 short of getting the Dryad into play also. So I guess we just cast Titan immediately. Get our Valakuts, and then we can either interact with their board or interact with their face next turn with Dryad, so not really any ramp needed here, just, you know, a couple lands. Ooh, Flare of Malice. Interesting. Okay. Well, yes, we're definitely still doing this. I think it's just double Valakut, to be honest. I don't know that there's anything else that matters. We don't need Telario because we have all the threats in hand that we could possibly want. We could get Vesuva, I guess, but actually I don't know that we... Oh, not Vesuva. Bounce land to pick up Vesuva? Or Haste land, even? It's getting double Valakut. And do we bother bogging away their Apprentice? We probably need the mana next turn, so we can cast Dryad. Well, maybe playing the Bog was not great, now I think about it, because we're not going to be able to cast Dryad because we don't have enough green for it. I guess we can play Dryad first. I don't know. It's weird. We play Dryad, have 1, 2, 3. We'd need to draw an untap land. No, and then we would have to activate Garenbrig, so we can't Dryad and Titan this upcoming turn. Abrupt Decay. Surprised to see that one. Well, we can Dryad and then Green Sun's out Tribe Elder to be able to kill their Sephiroth with Valakut triggers. I guess we block. I don't see why not. They are holding up Fatal Push potential. Vexen Bauble does pretty much nothing against us. Oh, or we could just naturally draw Titan as well. Well, that makes it easy. Now we get Bounce Land, Crumbling Vestige off the Titan. Or Bounce Land, yeah, Bounce Land, Crumbling Vestige, pick up the Vesuva. Bounce Land, Vestige. Come on. Okay, let's make it green here. Pick up the Vesuva, and now we go Dryad. We can Zenith for 1 to get Dryad Arbor, so we can go Valakut 3 triggers, Zenith out Dryad Arbor for 3 triggers. That's 6 times 3 is 18, which is a little short. So I guess we just Vesuva the Bog here. We're going to point it at them and then point at least 1 trigger at a Sephiroth here. And the other one at them. And this way, all of their stuff will get exiled after their things die. And I guess we just go ahead and Zenith out an Arbor. I don't really see why not. Here we go. Pick your poison to make us sack the Dryad. You got it, Chief. You have got that, Chief. I think we are just easily winning the game here. I don't know that there's really anything our opponent can actually do, so... See, pick your poison also really sucks against us because we're not playing Saga or Amulet, so... There's a Dryad and an attack. They decay the Dryad. Well, we still win the game here, so... Oh, I guess we can Zenith out Dryad now if we want to. I suppose. We would have been able to kill them easily anyways by getting Valakut, Bounce Land, pick up the Vesuva, and just killing them, but this way we get to do it with Dryad triggers in combat, so that's cool. So we get a Woodland and a Woodland, I guess? GG. All right, well, jump in here for the third one. Just casually 4-0-ing like it's no issue. See if we can get the 5-0, maybe? Maybe? Looking very convincing so far. Obviously, it's very possible to do Titan things without Amulet in the mix. Oh, wait, there's a Wandering Minstrel that we could be playing. We probably should be playing it. We'll say yes to this. This is very much a Green Sun's Zenith deck. All 3 drops, but on the play, we go Citadel into Valakut into untap land, Spelunking, I guess, or a Dryad. I mean, I feel like we're supposed to keep it. It's kind of slow, but it's better than a lot of potential mulligans, I think. Could be wrong. Maybe we go Citadel first. I think in general, it's probably good to get Citadel down first. And I'm just going to put it on green here. We could draw Grazer off the top and be able to cast Arboreal Grazer because we played Citadel first. Scalding Tarn. control deck. I think we like to see that, but I'm not 100% sure. Control used to be a bad matchup, but I think shifting Woodland makes it a lot easier. Oh, Blood Crypt, okay. This is Death Shadow, then it's a difficult matchup. Nethergoyf, we have main deck Bog for that. Number of card types in your graveyard. Bobble. Okay, so definitely like a black-red Death Shadow type deck, I would presume. Possibly Grixis. Rumble would be good. Grazer would be okay. Dryad Arbor is not fantastic. That one, I will say, we don't really want Dryad Arbor. We'll just go Dryad next turn, I guess, or Spelunky next turn, depending. Spelunking lets us potentially Titan, maybe? No, not really. Oof, Psychic Frog. It's kind of annoying. Taking one. Taking two. See if they want to pitch some cards to increase the damage here. It is Grixis, by the way. So Grixis Frog. I feel like this is going to be a difficult matchup. Tribe Elder. Okay, well, we can Spelunky into Tribe Elder, so that's probably a good reason to do it. Beseiju probably doesn't matter against them, and the fetch for Valakut triggers might, so I'm going to go Beseiju. Also, we can just pick up the Beseiju immediately, so here's Spelunking. Don't force me. Oh, Rumble. That's really good. All right, we'll have this enter untapped, yes. And then we'll pick up the Beseiju. I guess we just Rumble here then? Well, is Rumble better than Tribe Elder? Tribe Elder lets us block the frog potentially, unless they want to fly the frog and not let them draw an extra card. So I'm going to go with the Tribe Elder here, I think. If they want to fly their Psychic Frog to get over a Tribe Elder, I guess I'm okay with that. In which case we can just, you know, blank the damage from Nethergoyf. So let them attack. I don't care about the Goyf, so I'm just going to block the frog, I think. Yep. Block here. And then before damage, sacrifice the Tribe Elder and get an untapped basic land. Very cool. Untapped thanks to Spelunking, of course. Next turn we get Dryad triggers, or Valakut triggers off the Dryad, I should say. They are holding up removal spells, though. Zenith is interesting. So we go land, or we go Verdant Catacombs, Dryad, land. We can Greens and Zenith for Dryad after that, but we won't get another land drop if they kill the Dryad in response to the Valakut trigger. Let's see, we have 6. We're one short of Zenithing for Titan immediately. So it probably is Verdant Catacombs, Dryad, land. Let's not tap like this, though. Might as well hold a Beseiju, I guess. Dryad. And I guess we play the Dryad Arbor. Kind of is annoying, but it's okay. And let's kill the Cecil, I guess. Just goes through. That's good. So we can Rumble here, or get another Dryad into play with a Zenith. I think I'd rather Rumble and hold up the fetch. Garenbrig or Bounce Land. Definitely Bounce Land, so we can get repeated Dryad triggers, so that's very good. Right, and we'll just pass it. We could Zenith for, well, we can't Zenith for Arbor right now because it's in play. But that would have gotten us Valakut triggers. It's actually so cool that Green Zenith for Dryad Arbor gives us Valakut triggers. Just 1 mana extra Valakut triggers comes up a surprising number of times. Next turn we get to Titan them, which sounds good to me. Fatal Push the Dryad Arbor, you got it. Seems like that's worse than hitting the Dryad, but definitely denying them the card if they give us the option. Yeah, definitely still blocking here. And they don't have blue up, so I think we just win here. So we'll play Beseiju, and we'll send this at them, I guess? Nah, let's send it at the frog to make them do something about it. This guarantees we get to kill the frog, because if they go to kill Dryad in response, then we can fetch. Okay, let's let them put their counters on their Psychic Frog here. And then we can Zenith for Titan and bog them and be able to just destroy their whole board. Let's float with the Beseiju, I guess, and then play another land here, and oh, gotta keep this one. And we'll go ahead and send this at the Psychic Frog again. See if they have the removal spell for the Dryad or not. Okay, now we get to fetch. Wait, where are we bolting? The Dryad? Okay. They had double bolt. They had triple bolt. Holy crap. Well, it's a good thing that we are saving this fetch land, so that's cool. Forest. And let's, I guess, kill the frog since we're in on it. They're probably... Oh, yeah, that's right. We're not going to have the Dryad in play after all this resolves, so... So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Zenith for Titan. And our opponent has lost the game. Bing! See, fetch lands matter a lot in a Dryad Valakut deck, so... So we get Bog Woodland, I guess? Yes. Oh, wait, we could have hasted. I forgot that we even have Spelunking in play. That's crazy. We could have still hasted. Oh, well. I still think our opponent can't win, but I totally forgot that Spelunking was in play that whole time. Because everything else that happened was way more important than Spelunking mattering, so that's cool, I suppose. Okay, that went pretty well. Endurance seems good against them. Elder Gargaroth seems good against them. 6 is grindy and good. Hexdrinker probably just eats a removal spell after we sink some mana into it, so probably not a Hex Drinker matchup, but I could be wrong. It's also just a 1 mana 2/1. Maybe Hex Drinker is better than some random thing, I don't know. Rumbles seem, I mean, all of our cards seem good against them, though. I guess the Summoner's Pacts are not fantastic. The Bog is irrelevant. We can trim some Grazers, but they're not horrible. Maybe Dryad Arbor is not great. Well, I guess if they kill Dryad Arbor, that means they're not interacting with our other stuff. Maybe Spelunking is the weakest, I guess. A couple Grazers to chump block doesn't seem bad. Okay, this hand is not fantastic. It basically does nothing. I think we mulligan this. This hand's a little bit better, I suppose. Put the Hanweir back in deck, I feel. Endurance seems pretty decent against them. Ooh, Thoughtseize is a little rough. I guess we can go all in on Hex Drinker if we want to. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we could do it. We take the Zenith. Okay, fascinating. Alright, let's get our fetch land into play here. I think we just go for Stomping Ground tapped. Okay, they can take our Endurance too, I guess. They're at 13, so they can't play a Shadow if they had it. Nethergoyf they can play, though. I don't know that hasting is going to matter as much as potentially being able to transmute to Talari West, so let's get the Talari West mana in play. Woodland ain't too bad. I guess let's go Garenbrig. They don't know about the Woodland, so let's not show it to them. We have 3 types already. Instant or... Oh, we already have Sorcery, so it has to be Instant or Enchantment to enable the Woodland here. They are clocking us. Dryad's not bad at all. Let's go, I guess, Garenbrig, Dryad, and then if it resolves Bounce Land, we can cast a Titan next turn if we draw it. We could just have like an Elder Gargaroth. I don't know what they do. They just lose. They just lose the game if we just play an Elder Gargaroth. Pretty crazy how that works. See, all they have to do is bolt us to put an instant in the graveyard and kill our Dryad, so let's not lose to any random instant. I guess we are probably playing Woodland at this point, so we can use it to copy something in the graveyard if we want, once they presumably kill this Dryad, so... This Nethergoyf is clocking us. It's a very good 1-drop against us, weirdly enough. Ragavan. Speaking of good 1-drops. Hey, that's a good 6-drop, though. That's a really good 6-drop. Don't mind if I do. Cast this one. Get some Valakut triggers. Get a Bojuka Bog, perhaps. Definitely a Valakut is one of them. Oh, they're gonna stifle the consign. Okay. Stifle the trigger, I guess you got that. We'll play out the... I guess if we drew Valakut, then holding the lands in hand matters more. Just pass. We will just pass. Not a problem. Probably not blocking with this Titan, letting it die to Bolt. We could block the Ragavan with the Titan, but probably just taking 4 from the Nethergoyf, blocking Ragavan with Titan if they attack with everything. They do a swing with everything, so let's execute the plan. Double Bolt was already going to kill our Titan, so we block like this. If they kill our Titan, we can't Woodland it quite yet. Fatal Push the Dryad. You got it. Now we can just Woodland copy Dryad. Or Elder Gargaroth! Wait, what if I want to play Elder Gargaroth, though? Alright, fine. Let's go to combat. Attempt to attack. If we copy Dryad here, then we lose to, like, a Drown the Lock or something. I think I'm playing the Elder Gargaroth, y'all. I think I'm getting Bog and playing Elder Gargaroth. What do you think? Is that a good plan? I think we just get Bog shifting Woodland and play Elder freaking Gargaroth. Let's go. Nethergoyf, not a problem. Not a problem. Bang! How about Elder Gargaroth? Oh boy. And I'm just holding the lands to Valakut at this point. Who cares about lands in play? Not me. Valakut deck? Psh, we don't need Valakut. Look at what we're doing. We don't need Valakut. Look at what we're doing. Ooh, 6-0. Let's fucking go. Literally undefeated. Damn. Whew. Oh, man, it's hot in here. Are you guys hot? All right. On the play for once? No? Still? Have I been on the play for any of these matches? I don't know. All this hand's decent. Any land lets us Titan on 3, so we definitely keep this. We can go Spelunking on turn 2 into Titan on turn 3 and attack with it, actually. Ooh, Steam Vents. Is this Prowess? This is a really good hand against Prowess. This is a fantastic hand against Prowess. Dragon's Rage Chandler, okay. Hey, there's our land. That's fantastic, okay. Now with the sequencing's important here, though. Definitely getting basic for us. Oh wait, I thought this was a Garenbrig. My bad. Still getting basic for us. All right, this hand's not quite as fast as I thought it was, but any Garenbrig off the top fixes our issues. Let's just get the bounce line in play, I think. Actually, we probably should have held the bounce land for Spelunking, now I'm thinking about it. I'm used to just sequencing the bounce lands out, but with Spelunking in the deck, holding bounce lands occasionally makes sense. You can go Spelunking into Citadel, which is a cave, and gain 4 life. Let's go. And then, I guess we have Titan 2 turns for now. Probably should have held the bounce land for sure, but it's okay. I think we're going to have to play out the bounce land anyways, depending on if we draw a land here or not. Preordain. Are they going to hold up Spell Pierce for our Spelunking? Who can say? Who can say? I mean, I'm blocking, I guess. If you want to do some random things to mill and try to kill Graves or Mutagenic Growth, that's fine. That's fine. You got that. We were going to be taking 3 otherwise, so we just saved like 5 points of life. Another Titan isn't exactly what we wanted, but that's okay. We'll go Forest into Spelunk. And we definitely put Citadel into play in case we draw a Garenbrig, I guess. Or like a TOS so we can transmute. And also to gain the life. Ooh, Hanweir. Do we put Citadel on red now then, I guess? Sure. Seems fine. Here you go. So another bounce land would Titan. Another, so a Vestige or a Garenbrig would let us cast Titan. We're taking 8 here. Oh, sequencing. Swift Spear first would have been... Oh, they probably drew the Swift Spear off of this. Does it draw a card? No, it doesn't. Weird. Alright, wheel. We can't Titan here, which is very sad. I guess we play this, and then hope that we're not dead. Man, if this Shifting Woodland were a Castle Garenbrig, we would have probably just won the game, but unfortunately we can't do that, and we might be dead now. See if our opponent is able to end our life here. Man, I thought this hand was the nuts against Prowess, but this not being a Garenbrig, very sad. See what they reveal with their iteration. 5, maybe 6. With a bolt, it would be 9. We're probably not dead here, but I don't know how we are alive either. We don't have a Radiant Fountain, I don't think. I thought about having Radiant Fountain, but we don't. We might be able to Titan, Haste, and Attack, and get a second Titan into play, maybe? Violent Urge. Okay, we're probably very dead, I have to assume. 8, 9, 10, 11? Well, we're not dead, we're at 3, which is probably dead, but... I don't know what draw we need. Okay, we're definitely dead. Alright. Well, we get sweepers against them. We get a Roxanne, Endurance. Endurance actually is maybe not that great against them. Elder Gargaroth is not horrible against them, but it's kind of slow. I think Gargaroth is, like, debatable. Rex Sage against potential Blood Moon. I guess it also kills their artifact equipment thing. I don't love Rex Sage either, but it's okay. We'll trim a Pact. Trim Spelunkings. Spelunkings are pretty good, but... Actually, no. We trim Rumbles before anything else. Although Rumbles do give us chump blockers, but... Maybe Endurance is just not it. I feel like Endurance just isn't it. I mean, it does block, though, and it interrupts their graveyard. It's not horrible. Roxanne's a bit slow, too. I think maybe we just leave the Roxanne, just lose to Magus, submit like this. Just do the thing that we are designed to do here. This hand just does not quite cut it. I think we need a 1-drop, so we're gonna mulligan. Okay, well, there's a 1-drop. It will die to Lava Dart, though, which is extremely tragic. We definitely have to keep this, though. We keep. Bottom the Rex Sage, I suppose. Do we play into them killing our Arbor? I think we have to. A hand is otherwise just not fast enough. Alright. Gut Shot or Lava Dart me if you want to, I suppose. Bolt. That's fine. That's 3 damage we didn't take, so that's alright. Fire Magic's fantastic. Let's pass here. I guess Fire Magic doesn't always kill their prowess creatures, but still. Probably slamming Dryad before holding up Fire Magic, I would assume. Garenbrig is fantastic as well. Alright, I am just going to play the Dryad. And get the Woodland in play. We can Fire Magic for 1 damage to each creature. That is something we could do. I don't anticipate us doing that, but Swift Spear. Okie dokie. Do we take the chump here? I guess not. If we top deck a Titan, then having the Dryad in play is valuable. Or a Valakut that lets us get a free Valakut trigger to kill the Swift Spear and not have to mess around with Fire Magic garbage. We're at 20. We can afford to take 1 hit, right? Surely. Unless they have, like, double Mutagenic Growth, Violent Urge, Bolt, or something. Just 1 damage. Cool. Acceptable. 1 land, 1 creature, 2 card types. Bounce land. Okie doke. Well, do we put the land in play is the question. Because we could draw Valakut, in which case having the bounce land in hand is fantastic, but we could also draw Green Sun Zenith, in which case we need the mana. I think we play around Zenith. And we keep the Force in hand and play the Hanweir here, I think. Do we attack? think we do attack. This entices them to play out a bunch of prowess creatures and then try to get triggers, which I guess is bad into mutagenic growth specifically, but getting them close to 12 puts them at Valakut range, which could be important. Like double Valakut on this board would give us exactly 12 damage. 2 lands times 2 is 4 triggers times 3 is 12 exactly. So that puts them within a Dryad attack of lethal. I don't know, maybe attacking with the Dryad is a little bit greedy, but my opponent's doing math. Casting the Violent Urge, huh? I guess we just let this go, to be honest. This is gonna do 3 damage anyways, so mutagenic growth. Well, any bolt will get us here. Let's see, so we're taking 5, 6 so far, times 2 is 12, down to 7. Another bolt would kill us, but bolt would also stop the fire magic anyways. I think we just wait. Oh, Lava Dart. Yep, well, I guess we should have main phased the fire magic. I don't know. Probably dead here. 7 times 2, 14. Oh, not quite dead. Definitely not quite dead. All right, now we can main phase the fire magic and be okay. Rex Sage is pretty awful, but it does block. We can haste the Rex Sage too, actually. That's fascinating. You may destroy target artifact, so we don't have to destroy our Dryad if we play Rex Sage. It also doesn't do anything against their Lava Dart either. I guess we just pass. To be honest, we could attack again. I don't feel inclined to attack this time. They're at 11. That's a Valakutable life total. Let's not have a repeat of last turn. Well, maybe we should be playing out the Rex Sage so that they are tempted to Lava Dart it, so that they don't have a free response to fire magic here. Nah. I guess we just play out the Rex Sage. We'll target the Dryad and then say, no, I do not want to kill Dryad. Use an ability. No. No using the ability. Still holding land for Valakut purposes. Again, into the Floodmaw to bounce Dryad. Okay, well, I guess if we're casting fire magic now would be the time to do it, but whatever. We'll let this go. Plus, we get a fish. Oh, we don't get a fish. Just bouncing it. Okay. Lava Dart. All right, let's respond to this. Well, they're darting the Sage, so it's going to die anyways. I guess now is the time to fire magic in response. We can see if they have an instant. They might have the instant. If it's a Violent Urge, then we probably die, but... Oh, this is 2 damage. It's not 3. That was useless. Oops. Oops. I thought it was 3. Like Fire Spout. That is totally fine. Let's see if we are dead. Oh, they just draw. Okay. Well, wasted the fire magic, which is very sad. Probably not dead here, but definitely not doing fantastic. Only 3 card types. Wasting that fire magic might kill us. Oops. I don't know why I keep thinking it does 3 damage. Now I know. Not dead, so Besage you. Okay. Let's play Dryad. And we play 1 land, probably the Forest. That way we can't... Actually, we probably play both, so that if they kill our Dryad, that we can Woodland copy something. So let's play both. Now we just need to top deck a Titan. Titan at any point would be fantastic. I guess Fire Magic is not that great against Prowess, huh? Unless you main phase it. Or instep it. If they didn't do anything that turn, which seems unlikely, you probably just have to main phase your Fire Magics in this matchup. If we get to game 3, then I'll keep that in mind. I should obviously Shifting Woodland to copy Dryad Arbor. If they do kill Dryad, we can, and then we're not like at risk of dying, at their instep we could Woodland copy Dryad and then untap with this as a Dryad during our turn, and just top deck Titan and just kill them. So that's cool. Alright, we will block. Don't plan on dying, I don't think. Mutagenic Growth, okay. Well, we traded our Dryad for Mutagenic Growth. We'll Woodland copy Dryad on their instep, so we can untap and top deck Titan if we get the chance. Make a Dryad. And we'll top deck Titan. Or Arboreal. Oh, that doesn't work. Interesting. Well, here's Arboreal Grazer and a passing of the turn. Shame that we don't get the instep copy Dryad just to be able to win with Titan. I will definitely Woodland the Dryad here, though. Might lose our Woodland to a Bolt or something, but that's a Bolt that didn't go to our face. We would have already been dead if we weren't blocking here, so Violent Urge to overpace the Dryad. Dang it, man. Oh, yeah, all we need to do is draw a Titan. All we need to do is draw a Titan. We have so many hits. Imagine if we had the Fire Magic that turn after they tapped out. Quarry Steelcutter. Okay. Oh, that's right. We don't. Oh, we still have Woodland. I guess that didn't kill our Dryad, weirdly enough. Alright, I am definitely going to do the thing where we block again. Titan, Please, and thank you. Even Valakut wouldn't be horrible. Ooh, fire magic is fantastic. All right, let's cast that one and overload it, I think. Actually, we can overload it on their turn, right? 6 to do... That's only 3 damage to each creature, though. I think we need to do it now. 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast. Ping 5. Wipe the board. Do it correctly this time. We're still not in the clear here, though. Holding the land for Valakut. We could top deck Valakut, play Dryad, play Foothills, and haste the Dryad. No, we don't even have to haste the Dryad. We would just win, assuming they didn't have any blockers. Please sack Fiery Islet. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. Titan or Dryad? Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. I guess we're still holding lands for Valakut purposes. We can copy Grazer and block the Channeler. Another cutter's like the worst possible. A mill to show off. Okay. If they had another spell, they would have cast it. So we kind of need to be able to Woodland copy Dryad to win here, probably. So let's just take the 3, I think. Dude, are you serious? Are you freaking serious right now? Well, we're still not technically dead, I suppose. Let's play Sunken Citadel on blue. You've got to be joking. Titan might still kill them. I can't tell. They have a land. Oh, they equip. Does this give it trample? It does. Okay, well, we're still not dead. Wait for them to attack here. Will Woodland copy the Grazer since it has reach? If they fetch, they're dead to a Titan, I suppose. I don't even know that a Titan kills them. I guess we can exile their graveyard to shrink the Channeler if we draw a Titan. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I see deck. Dang, dude. The Zenith was on top. Ugh. Tragic, man. So tragic. Maybe if I had cast the fire magic correctly earlier instead of doing it poorly, then we would have had a different game. But, dude, that was so many turns to top deck a Titan and we just did not. Holy. Alright. Let's play match 4 here, I suppose. Turn 2 Rumble into turn 3 Titan, possibly? Probably not. I mean, we definitely keep this. We can top deck any 1-mana ramp spell and be cooking Marsh Flats. Boros, Ocelot Pride. Okay, and there's our 1-mana ramp spell. Do we let it just die to a removal spell, though? I mean, I guess. I guess we do. Just play our Llanowar Elf and pass. Let's not get more complicated than that. Let's try to curve out. Oh, the Ocelot Pride is a 1/1, but it has first strike, so let's not block. That would be a mistake. I guess if they spend their mana killing Dryad Arbor, that's not the worst. Okie doke. I'm not blocking with the Dryad Arbor, so let's Rumble here. I don't know what 2-drop we could find. I guess Soccer Tribelder. We found a Titan and a Sunken Citadel, though. Do you want the Sunken Citadel or the Titan? We're gonna get a token here. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Garenbrig. We're gonna be able to Titan next turn, so let's take the Titan, I think. So we have 3. We play the Garenbrig and we can Titan next turn immediately, but then they know that they need to kill the spawn, so I guess we play the Valakut here. And play Garenbrig into Titan this upcoming turn. They're probably not expecting Castle Garenbrig. Not a lot of decks play Castle Garenbrig these days, so definitely an all-star in this deck, though. We're not too far from getting Valakut triggers here, but they mill over a Guide of Souls. That's curious. I'm not blocking anything. I'll just take 4 damage and play Titan, and if we lose the Titan, I just don't care, because we probably need to do Dryad things anyways. So maybe our Titan gets Valakut fetch land, so we can play around removal spell on Dryad. Flage, killing something. Okay. That is... Oh, well, there's a fetch land. Well, now we can't Titan this turn. So I guess we could pack for Dryad this turn. Plan to double block, take a turn off, and then play Titan after. That was unfortunate that they had the Flage there. Because now they can also escape Flage next turn, probably. Probably losing our spawn token. I think we have to pack for Dryad now. I think otherwise we're too slow. Let's pack. Gets Dryad. Definitely Dryad over anything else as well. We go Castle... Dryad, bounce land? I guess we could play fetch to play around Blood Moon, but I don't know that we really care about that. Or actually, that lets us Besage Blood Moon if we want to. Alright, we'll play fetch. It also lets us get Dryad triggers next turn. Can't block anything with the Dryad, because then we would lose the Dryad to Flage, which they're going to be able to haste here anyways. Oh, they just play Season Pyromancer. Okay. Interesting. I guess they're looking for a removal spell for Dryad, discarding 2 lands. No more tokens is nice for us. Dismember. Yeah, I suppose so. We're gonna have to fetch here to pay, I think. I think we need to block with the spawn. I don't know. I'm not sure what our route to victory looks like. Probably drawing a Dryad, maybe? I don't know. We probably need to take our chump before we lose it to Flage anyways. And then let's go ahead and fetch, I suppose. Get a tapped breeding pool. Not that it really matters much. Yeah, I think we just barely got outpaced in this one. If we had been... I don't remember if we were on the play or draw, actually. Let's not lose to Pact. Yes, I would like to pay for that one. There's a Dryad. That's part of the equation. Let's just play out Hanweir and pass. No, we're just dead. That's cool. Okay, let's be on the play. I like that. Fire Magic comes in. Roxanne comes in. Rex Sage, maybe? Endurance definitely comes in. Gargaroth is debatable. It's probably too slow. It's not awful, though. I think these two are too slow and grindy. Rex Sage, I guess, is free enough in case they have Blood Moon. I don't know. I think we probably do need Rex Sage to beat Blood Moon, to be honest, in case they have it. Rumble seems slow. Having to tap out for a pact is pretty awful, too. Spelunking seems okay. Oh, the Bog, I guess, is only good against Flage and nothing else, but maybe that's a reason to keep it. Dryad Arbor's not fantastic either. Maybe we trim the Arbor. No, but we kind of need all the 1 mana plays. We could trim Green Sun's Arbor, I guess. And just have turn 2 Zenith for Grazer if we don't have a Grazer in our opener. We'll try this. I'm not sure that it's correct. I think maybe having Green Suns for Dryad is correct, but... Alright, this is a keep. Need to draw some action, but we have our best interactive spell in the matchup, so... Citadel fixing for our Fire Magic if we want it to. We probably do want it to. Probably fetch basic Forest, and then Grazer and Citadel on red. Hold the Boseiju for an enchantment from their side, be it a Blood Moon or a Static Prison. Definitely fetch basic Forest here. Go Grazer, put in Citadel on red. The funny thing is the Citadel doesn't look red, so they may not even realize that we chose red as the color. Mill over a Guide of Souls. All right, let's just play Citadel on green now. Past you. We are holding up Boseiju successfully. Very important. Ocelot's Pride. You got it. Valakut. Your go. Would need to draw some action at any point. Dryad would actually be fantastic with this many lands. Let's go to Instep, I suppose. I'm not going to do anything with this Fire Magic until Instep, I think. We'll block. Let you make your 1/1 token if you like. A Johnny. That's fine. I think we do probably want to Fire Magic this board. It's a little debatable, but I think it sets them back enough. 2 damage to each creature. Can't let them flip the Ajani, so... Spelunking is not too bad. Let's go, like... Or I guess we could play land... No, land Spelunking doesn't do anything, because even if we were... whatever. Let's just cast the spell. Let's just cast the spell. Spelunking. Dryad. That's what we want. Dryad. Citadel. Oh, well, I guess we get to gain life here. This one on green. Oh, should have had it on blue, whatever. It don't matter. We'll play the Hanweir and pass. Alright, Titan off the top would be pretty good. I wouldn't complain about that top deck. Titan or Summoner's Pact or Green Sun Zenith. Ocelot's Pride. Shifting Woodland is none of those things. Here you go. If they Static Prison our Spelunking, we get to Boseiju the Spelunking back into play and redraw. Important to note. An important fact. Little known fact, can't cast spells. Yep. Not planning on casting spells during their turn at this point anymore. Alright, Titan off the top, please. Okay, well, there's a Fire Magic. I guess we just main phase that now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cast. 3 damage to each creature, please. Thank you. Keep land in hand for Valakut, I suppose. You have 3 card types. We can almost Shifting Woodland our Arboreal Grazer. Fable, okay. Man, if we could just top deck anything that isn't a land, that would be good, I suppose. I probably should have already hit this Fable with the Boseiju, but that's okay. Maybe we just ignore the Fable at this point. Discard Flage. No, they can escape Flage now, so... And haste it with the Arena, so... We can Titan into Bounce Land, Talari West, and get Dryad down. Here's the hasted Flage. Guess we should have Boseiju the Fable, huh? Alright, I guess we just need to top deck a Titan. I don't think having the Boseiju in hand is going to matter at all, but Dryad would let us survive. Orum's Chant. Well, Talari West. We can't even transmute it because I never put it on blue. Okay, well, I guess we lose. That sucks. Anyways, we made it 3-2. I think the deck performed exactly the way it's built to. It feels very powerful. The fact that we have Woodland now and Green Sun Zenith actually vastly improved this deck, like by a significant margin. Definitely, I feel like we're using our sideboard slots inefficiently. I feel like Reclamation Sage is kind of like something that feels cute to play. Like, you're like, oh, I could definitely kill a Blood Moon with this, but in reality, you're never really going to use the Rec Sage that much. Same thing with Roxanne. I don't know that these are worth the slots to play. Like, imagine we were able to play 2 actual cards on our sideboard, like another Dispute against Control, or like, I don't know, something against Prowess, probably Prowess and red-white style decks. This build is worse against those decks than Amulet would be. Although it's debatable because they play like Wear and Tear and stuff in the sideboard for Amulets, and that significantly slows you down, whereas this deck, there's almost nothing that can slow you down other than your own draws being awkward and uncomfortable, or just drawing all lands. So 35 lands is also kind of a lot too, so maybe something like sideboard the Bog, cut some of the cute stuff, like these, maybe the Gargaroth too. It seemed to feel like the Gargaroth is not that great, but I don't hate it. I don't really know what Oof is against. Like, against the artifact decks, we have Force of Vigor, so, I mean, like, I guess maybe having one to pact against Charbelcher decks is reasonable, but even then they can just bounce the Oof and still win, so I don't know that it's worth the slot even for the Oof, but I guess that depends. Spelunking seemed very good, by the way. I think that going up a Spelunking in the main is super reasonable. I don't know that I would want more than 3, though. It's a little hard to activate the Delirium for Woodland. I feel like we need another card type in here. I'm not sure what it would be. The easiest would be Enchantment and just play a couple of Utopia Sprawls and or Urza Sagas, but again, that kind of defeats the purpose of being better against cards like Force and Enchantment Hate if you're playing Urza Saga. Plus, there's no, like, Saga stuff to search for, so I don't know. That being said, maybe it's just not worth worrying about, or maybe playing the Force Spelunking so you can mill over a Spelunking with Rumble as well. Like, just Dryad Spelunking being enough enchantments might be worth it. Who knows? Definitely lots of ways to go with it. Maybe even a third Summoner's Pact is not bad. Like, Pact is definitely the worst card in the deck, probably, but it also serves a very important function of finding actual factual Primeval Titan to cast with Garenbrig, which otherwise, like, having to ramp up to Green Sun Zenith is a little more difficult. Like, we could even maybe, like, go sideboard a Zenith, play an extra Pact. I don't know if I really care for that too much, though, because Zenith and Grazer being our turn 1 plays, while Zenith also lets us be good in the late game, I think is super important as well. So I think this is just a really good Green Sun Zenith deck. I wouldn't really want to cut it. I think a third Pact would be good. I just don't know what I would cut. I would think 33 lands is about where I'd want to be. I don't know what land I would want to cut. Probably a Boseiju maybe, but it's obviously very nice to just have Boseijus available. Could be a fetch land, maybe. Cut one of the redundant fetches, just play 4. The fetches are obviously very good. Maybe something like this. Rumble felt fantastic in this shell, by the way. I just want to mention, Rumble was pretty good. It's possible that Explorer would be better, but Rumble finding an actual threat, and whereas Explore finding a random card actually felt super relevant, because this deck is very heavily reliant on having the right mix of cards. So searching for a Dryad or a Titan, or the missing Garenbrig or whatever is actually super important, the fact that Rumble does that. So I think Rumble is probably better than Explorer in this shell. What other changes would I make? I think probably Explosives is better than Fire Magic. I think it's debatable, though. It's definitely debatable, but I would try it moving forward. Maybe Fire Magic is just the best. So probably play a couple of Explosives. Expedition Map. Oh, I guess you're saying it's an artifact which allows you to activate the Delirium a little easier. That's actually another good reason to be playing Explosives. Although Instant does the same thing, so it's either way, but maybe, I mean, this would be freaking crazy, but you could play a Wayfarer's Bauble. I want to point out, I just don't think that this type of card is very good. I don't think it's worth playing. It's a 1-mana artifact that lets you sacrifice for 2 and search for a basic land and put it on the battlefield tapped. So that would put an artifact in the yard. Probably if you really wanted to play artifact just specifically to enable Woodland, then you could play Mishra's Bauble. I think that's probably the best, but since it's free, literally, and just cycles, but it also makes keeping opening hands worse. I don't really know that it's necessary to play something like that. And Explosives is something that can come in against the Shadow decks too, and that would help with getting to Delirium. Like, there's not every matchup it is that we actually need Woodland and Delirium. Also, I think it's worth noting that 3 Woodlands is kind of a lot. We could probably go down to 2. That helps keep our land count low as well. Probably just the 4th Spelunking, I guess, but I think 4 might be too much. Who knows? We have a very good density of turn 1 plays into turn 2 plays, and if our turn 2 play gets disrupted, or if our turn 1 Dryad Arbor dies, then we can play a Rumble on turn 2 instead, which is part of the reason why the Rumbles are in. I think something like this is probably close to optimal. Hexdrinker seems weak to removal spells. The Oof is probably necessary for the Belcher matchup. I think 6 is probably extremely good in the shell, because almost everything we have that we actually want to cast is a permanent, and it gets back lands, and getting up to enough lands to cast Titan or get Valakut online is super good, so 6 is probably fantastic. Ooh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't remember the name of the card. It's not horrible, though. That's probably better than Rexage for sure. I do like the Fungus, actually. So it's 1 mana, 1/2. You can pay 2, sacrifice it to destroy an artifact, enchantment, or draw a card. This one I like significantly better than Rexage, because you can... It's a total of... I guess it's still a total of 4 mana, but... I feel like this has more utility. It's not impossible to play this in the main, but it's not exactly the strongest card. I don't know, maybe Fungus is worth testing. I feel like like Rexage, it'll probably end up being too cute, but I do feel like this list could still use something else for the Boros and Prowess matchups. It's probably pretty free to have a Radiant Fountain. I don't know if it's worth a sideboard slot, though. It's also worth noting that in Amulettitan lists, the part of the reason why you play things like Radiant Fountain and Bog in the sideboard are because you're going to be cutting sagas at some of the times, and having lands to bring in to replace the sagas is good. Bog is just one that you don't need in the main board, because you're usually good game 1 against all the graveyard decks, and Bog can come in when it's a good utility card. Well, I still feel like the sideboard could use some work. I don't know that all these Zenith targets are really necessary. I think 1 3-drop for the control matchups is necessary, and probably the Collector Oof. And Endurance as a pack target is important against things like Living End. I think that these 3 are probably important, and these 2 I feel like could go. The Gargaroth I think is a little overboard when it comes to like dealing with grindy matchups, because we already have tons of utility for those, so maybe we can trim that and play... Jeez, I don't know. Is it crazy to play an Oblivion Stone? or Blast Zone actually is not horrible. We're playing Sunken Citadel, so Blast Zone's better, but Blast Zone I feel like is win more, because if you're resolving a Titan in those matchups, you're probably winning anyways. And almost all the time, you're going to want to be setting up Dryad instead. Maybe a single Dismember, I guess, with the idea that it can come in against the Prowess and Boros matchups, although Dismember's not fantastic against those matchups. There's really nothing else to play in that matchup, to be honest. Maybe a single Dismember is not bad. I'm still not convinced the Fungus is good either, to be honest. I think it's a little too cute, probably. A single Relic of Progenitus wouldn't be bad against Flage. Do I like Relic more than Dismember? Maybe. We kind of just need board wipes against the Boros deck. Dismember is probably totally fine against Prowess, because killing a Prowess creature is definitely worth 4 life. Killing any random creature against Boros is just not that good. I guess killing Ajani is good. We really need 3 mana instant speed, deal 3 damage to all creatures. I feel like that probably wouldn't be an overpowered card to print. I don't know. We're probably not super great against combo decks in general. We could play a Stone Brain. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thank you to everyone who is watching right now, either on YouTube or here on Twitch. I will see you guys in the next video. This is Red Face Menace, signing off.